Bromsgrove. Well, here I am, obligatory bookcase behind me for interviews of this sort. Unfortunately, as you are all too well aware, we had to postpone this year's festival until next year.
Hello and welcome to Bromsgrove Virtual Folk Festival 2021 and welcome back to the bowling green. As you can see, the field's looking very empty without us here. I can't believe it's been 12 months since we launched the Bromsgrove Virtual Folk Festival in 2020 and I never imagined that I'd have produced 21 shows since then. We're back today for a one-off special, bringing together many of the acts we'd have normally on our Thursday night open mic session. It's been a long 24 months since we were all here together in 2019 and sadly we've lost a few of our festival regulars. So, as is now traditional, Chris Irving will start us off with his poem, Absent Friends, and we raise a glass to all those that aren't with us.
Here's to old lang syne, and here's to times we've had. Here's to absent friends, and though we may be feeling sad, a man lives as long as he is remembered. I saw it carved on stone. You've only gone ahead, you're not forever gone. So let's all share the stories and pass the cup around when we're singing and we're supping, and while we're still above the ground, man lives as long as he's remembered. Let's sing for old lang syne, and we'll take a right good wally waft for old lang syne.
Thank you very much, Chris. And up first we've got Bryn Phillips with a song very apt for the online world that we've been living in for the last 12 months.
Now I've joined Facebook and I've made some friends. I've been very pleased to see a lot of requests from friends of friends who want to be friends with me. Some of the faces I recognize, others I just can't quite place. And some have photographs of cats or dogs or cartoons instead of their face. And I try not to wear my heart on my sleeve for the whole world to see. If I've got a problem then I talk to a friend. It works better that way for me. Press share if you agree. Press like if you still like me. Now my new friends want to tell me how they feel. It seems they want the world to know whether they're happy or whether they're sad or whether they just feel a bit low. And someone to share their lives with me. Look at me, haven't I done well today? And look at this photo of my new tattoo on my head with all the hair shaved away. And I try not to wear my heart on my sleeve for the whole world to see. If I've got a problem then I talk to a friend. It works better that way for me. Press share if you agree. Press like if you still like me. Somebody's done something silly, it's a bit on the edge. It's been videoed shakily, and he couldn't resist the urge to post it online for all his Facebook friends to see. But one of them shared it, it's been shared again. It's gone viral with 6 million views. Now the police are talking to the hapless fool. It's all over the 6 o'clock news. And I try not to wear my heart on my sleeve for the whole world to see. If I've got a problem, then I talk to a friend. It works better that way for me. Press share if you agree. Press like if you still like me. Now 2 of my friends have gone away on a lovely sunny holiday. We've just arrived, we're staying all week. It's a fabulous place to stay. Now if Burglar Bill is one of their friends, he won't press like, but he will be so happy to know that they've gone away, leaving their house empty for him and his skeleton key. And I try not to wear my heart on my sleeve for the whole world to see. If I've got a problem, I talk to a friend. It works better that way for me. Press share if you agree. Press like if you still like me. Oh, please don't unfriend me.
Thank you very much, Bryn. And up next we've got 2 Bromsgrove first-timers. Ned Clamp and Pat Smith were due to come to the Bromsgrove Folk Festival for the first time, although they are regulars up at the Moira Furnace Folk Festival. But obviously, as the festival was cancelled, they couldn't come here in real life, so they've sent us this.
Hi, Pat Smith and Ned Clamp. I don't know in which order, but there we go. We're going to do a song from the South Wales Valleys. It's a song the miners used to sing. It's very popular amongst male voice choirs. It's in their informal repertoire. It's only 1 verse, but it's been stretched a bit by Stacey Blythe of Cardiff. She's written some extra verses for it, which seem very good to me. And it's got lots of Welsh words in it, lots of English words, all jumbled up together. And you have to sing along in both languages. So best of luck. See you at the other end. Little collier and gweithio underground. The rope will never tarry when I go lan and lower. Baramening when I'm hungry, guru when I'm dry, welly when I'm tired, and nevoid when I die. That's your bit. Nevoid when I die. Nevoid when I die. Welly when I'm tired, and nevoid when I die. I'd like to curse the manager and shout it to him strong. This barwid underground might mean I will not be for long. Good and oh, Mr. Mining Boss, I spec in gweithio hard. Tally decent wages or your calon will grow hard. Your calon will grow hard. Your calon will grow hard. Tally decent wages or your calon will grow hard. So wetler our conditions and treat my family fair, or dream Mindy, Pennsylvania, and thou would go wet life there. To all bosses now the beat brave old and true. Tally living wages, oh no, never I've waits for you. No, never I've waits for you. No, never I've waits for you. Tally living wages, oh no, never I've waits for you. Arrivey little collier, and waith yo underground. The rope will never tory when I go lan a lower. But I'm ending when I'm hungry, hooroo when I'm dry, gwelly when I'm tired, and nevoid when I die. Nevoid when I die, nevoid when I die, gwelly when I'm tired, and nevoid when I die. There we are. And a little bit of pig idea at the end there. Thank you.
Thank you very much there to Ned and Pat, and we hope to see you here next year. Up next, we've got someone who's been following us on our virtual folk festival and folk club nights for the last year, and has been a great supporter of both Bromsgrove and also many of the other local folk clubs and online artists. So please welcome Sean Bedwell. Thank you very much there to Sean Bedwell, who joined us all the way from Herne Bay in Kent. Up next, we've got two of our festival regulars, Stitherham, that's Mike and Sue Dewsbury.
The back of the winter is broken and the light lingers long by the door. The seeds of the summer have spoken in gowns that grew on the shore. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the rainbow. In darkness we cradled our sorrow, and stoked all our fires with fear, by bones that lie empty and hollow, are ready for gladness to cheer. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play, and in night as the dawn dances over the bay, sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the rainbow. So long may you sing of the salmon and the snow-scented sands of your home, while the north wind delivers its sermon of ice and salt water and snow. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play, and in night as the dawn dances over the bay, sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the rainbow. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play, and in night as the dawn dances over the bay, sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the rainbow.
Thank you very much, Mike and Sue. Up next, we've got an online virtual duo. This is Jeff Frost, accompanied by Kim Lowings.
Hi, this is a song by my favourite folk rock star, Mark Knopfler. And it's a quiet, reflective song about a piper at the end of battle, and it's called Piper to the End. When I leave this world behind me, to another I will go. But if there are no pipes in heaven, I'll be going down below. If friends in time be severed, someday we will meet again. I'll return to leave you never, be a piper to the end. This has been a day to die for. Now the day is almost done. Up above, a quiet seabird turns to face the setting sun. Now the evening dove is calling, and all the hills are burning red. And before the night comes falling, clouds are lined with golden thread. We watched the fires together, shared our quarters for a while, walked the dusty roads together, came so many miles. This has been a day to die on. Now the day's almost done. Here the pipes will lay beside me, silent with the battle drum. If friends in time be severed, someday here we will meet again. I'll return to leave you never, be a piper to the end, be a piper to the end.
Thank you very much there to Jeff Frost and Kim Lowings. Up next, coming to us from Droitwich, we have Peter and Debbie Clapham with the Skyboat Song.
Hi everybody at Bromsgrove, it's Pete and Deb here, and we'd just like to play the Skyboat Song today.
She
everybody.
Thank you very much there to Peter and Debbie. And up next we've got our very own Chris Irving with one of his own compositions.
In the Bible, I feel that over time the serpent has received bad press. In some societies, the serpent is a symbol of wisdom. A serpent twined around a staff is the symbol for medicine. Twin serpents on a wing staff denotes a messenger. My researchers have found that it was in fact the beaver that tempted Adam in the garden. Note, Paradise was situated in the Black Country, a district in the West Midlands of the United Kingdom. Hence, God speaking in the local dialect. The beaver's tale. In the days before Darwin evolution invented, when Eve and Adam still lived in paradise, beavers had round tails as he intended. A handsome visage too, and that was nice. They didn't have flat tails and teeth like chisels. They thought themselves quite refined. They drank tea from the finest bone china and dainty small cakes when they dined. The beaver's choice food was the apple, but it grew high on the top of the tree, and Beaver turned to young Adam and said, "Do you think you could pick one for me?" Adam said, "Not a problem, friend Beaver. My wife Eve will hold the ladder for me." And he was up that ladder in a jiffy, fetching apples from out of the tree. Beaver said to Adam, "Have you tried one? Go ahead, you and Eve, take a bite." Says Adam, "I really shouldn't, but on this occasion I might." But as soon as they'd scoffed up the apple, they knew all there was to know, like how to do the 3 times table, and that all of their rude bits were on show. Soon God gave them their marching orders for scrumping of fruit off his trees. It wasn't the serpent what tempted them. It was the wretched beaver, if you please. So they went from the garden feeling empty, and Beaver, who stood by the gate, had his tail stamped on by Adam, who said, "You know what that's for, mate." And Eve, who now had a cob on, rolled her knotty fist into a ball and gave Beaver a punch in his choppers and said, "Cop that for laughing and all." God took a look at the beaver and said, "Sorry, mate, you've got to stay that way now that you am. What will you do for a living now?" Beaver grinned toothily and said, "Damn."
Thank you very much, Chris. And up next we cross to Baz and Cos Priest with a song based on true events 120 years ago in North Wales.
Cheers. Whiskey in our hands, song about whiskey.
We're going to sing a song called Welsh Whiskey Galore, a song we wrote about a shipwreck, a true story, a shipwreck that crashed off the coast of North Wales in 1901, carrying predominantly whiskey, but a lot of other things as well. And the Welsh locals came running to see what they could grab before the customs men came along. Welsh Whiskey Galore. 2, 3, 4.
The Stewart set sail from Liverpool in 1901, bound for New Zealand. The journey had begun. Cotton bales, pianos, all loaded in the hold. Barrels and bottles of whiskey, I have heard it is foretold. The sea was wild, the wind was fierce, the Stewart lost its way. No GPS or radar, then much to their dismay, they crashed into the rocky cove that Portsmouth Bay. The cargo spilled upon the rocks, but no man died that day. Whiskey for all, whiskey galore. The custom men are on their way, we must grab some more. Whiskey for all, whiskey galore. The day the steward hit the rocks, whiskey galore. Barrels and bottles of whiskey, porcelain pots and jugs, cotton bales and blankets, pianos, wool and rugs, and Aladdin's cave of treasures. The plunder had begun. The locals, they came running, almost everyone. Whiskey for all, whiskey galore. The custom men are on their way, we must grab some more. Whiskey for all, whiskey galore. The day the steward hit the rocks, whiskey galore. Bottles hid in rabbit holes or buried in the ground, or shoved down ladies' bloomers in a hope they will be found. Cargo stacked on horse and cart, pulled to homes around. The custom men are on their way, the bounty to impound. No one was arrested when the customs came around. The locals are deserted with their goodies homeward bound. The whiskey, it was flowing until they lost their minds. The bottles they had hidden would be difficult to find. Whiskey for all, whiskey galore. The custom men are on their way, we must grab some more. Whiskey for all, whiskey galore. The day the steward hit the rocks, whiskey galore. Barrels and bottles of whiskey, porcelain pots and jugs, cotton bales and blankets, pianos, wool and rugs, and Aladdin's cave of treasures, that bounty now all gone. The locals, they were legless, almost everyone, singing whiskey for all, whiskey galore. The custom men are on their way, we must grab some more. Whiskey for all, whiskey galore. The day the steward hit the rocks, whiskey galore. The day the steward hit the rocks, whiskey galore. Cheers, everyone.
Thank you very much there to Baz and Cos Priest. And up next, coming to us from Lowestoft, we have Mel Langton.
This is a Stuart Marston song concerning the demise of the Culworth gang, who terrorised parts of Northamptonshire during the latter part of the 1700s. It's called Too Close to the Wind. Farewell to you, me faithful Nancy, 1,000 times adieu, for the constable comes up from Brackley Market with 100 volunteers too. No more we will hide in the forest, for fear they will run us to ground, and the wild sea we sailed upon it, too close to the wind. Now for 20 years we have roamed the highways of Northamptonshire, from Daintree down to the southern byways. We robbed both the rich and the poor, and oft times our families were starving. It was the highways that kept them alive, and the wild sea we sailed upon it, too close to the wind. Now Now tonight I lie in a darkened dungeon, condemned on the gallows to die, while the man who gave us away is only bound for Australia. No man could be found to defend us, naught but abuse came our way, for the wild sea we sailed upon it, too close to the wind. Now the clouds rise over Northampton Market, and the crowd pour into the town, and the people will throng in the streets till sunset, till the hangman cuts us down. And 50 children of Colworth, their fathers are taken away, for the wild seas they sailed upon it, too close to the wind. For the wild sea they sailed upon it, too close to the wind.
Thank you very much there, Mel. Obviously, with the lockdown being extended, we weren't able to bring you a full 7-hour production like we did last year, but I hope you're enjoying this much shortened Bromsgrove Virtual Folk Festival this year. One of the other victims, of course, of the lockdown and restrictions was sadly that Anne and Ian Munro couldn't travel across from Spain, but they've sent us this, which we hope you'll enjoy.
One Monday morning, as I walked o'er the moss, I little thought of listening till some soldiers did me cross. The company enticed me to drink their health all round, and the bounty, and the bounty, and the bounty, and the bounty. They gave me 5 guineas and a crown. My head was full of drink, love, and I didn't think of you. Now I'm forced to go and join the orange and the blue. Our ship, she waits at anchor to take the flowing tide. I'll return, love, I'll return, love, I'll return, love, I'll return, love, in the springtime, when I'll make you my bride. So early the next morning, before the break of day, the captain called his orders, and my love marched away. All in your ranks and files, boys, winter. I hope you landed well, and the very ground you walk upon made the grass refuse to grow. Since you've been me,
Since you've been me,
since you've been me,
since you've been me, very cause of my sorrow, grief and woe. To my lover's listed, and he wears a blue cockade. He is a handsome young man, likewise a roving blade. He is a handsome young man, and he's gone to serve the king, while my very heart is aching, oh, for the love of him.
Thank you very much there to Ian and Anne Munro coming to you from Spain. I promise you, I know that I've been using green screen a lot over the last year, but this is being recorded live. These are real trees and there's real trains going past. And up next, I'm going to bring you a little daft story from Les Barker. Where nature's seen at its wildest, out on the African plains, lost among the wildebeest and the springbok, chasing the seasonal rains. There once lived a family of zebra, a small group of sisters and brothers, and there was one who stood out from his fellows. Spot was not like the others. Somehow he stood out in long grass, where others seemed to blend. When you're trying to hide from the lions, a zebra called Spot's not your friend. Nature can play cruel tricks. You might see it as victimisation, when the rest of your family are barcodes, and you're just world punctuation. Life can be hard when you're different. It's sad how cruel folk can be. Strange how the world can be hurtful to someone not like you and me. Spot may have been modest and clever, the fastest, the kindest, the best. Spot was soon banished forever, for Spot was not like the rest. I went to his brothers and sisters to ask how this all came about. The trouble is, he's really a leopard, and we don't want to be there when he finds out. So he stands all alone in the grasslands, life's furrow alone he must plough. For Spot was not like the others. Spot was different somehow. And from the green wilds of Africa, we now travel to a different type of green, a velvet green. And here is Paul and Sue Matthews.
Hi folks.
Hello.
Right, this is a little song that we put two songs together and joined together and put them into one. One's an old song that we knew from way back, and the other one is a Keith Donnelly song, which is the last track on the Waterfall album, and we called it Heritage / Before Forever. that blood and carry me from you. The waves that bear me far, far away. Carry my love and bear my heart's promise that before forever I'll see you again. There's tempest in yon morning blue, lightning in yon cloud, but hark the music, mariner, the wind is piping loud. The wind is piping loud, my boys, the lightning flashes free, while the hollow oak at pine sleeps, our heritage the sea. The winds that blow and carry me from you, the waves that bear me far, far away. Carry my love and bear my heart's promise that before forever I'll see you again. That before forever I'll see you again. That's all, folks.
Bye.
And thank you very much there to Velvet Green. Our next artist is well known to all of us. It's Adrian Smith with a Bob Dylan number.
Hello folks, and welcome to my back garden in Studley, where we sit on the banks of the River Arrow. Jeff's given me a shout and asked me to do something for what would have been our folk festival weekend. I mean, very sadly this disease has stopped us doing that, but I'd say a big thank you on behalf of us all to Jeff for all his technology and the things that he brings together for us, and he's done a sterling job of keeping us together under very difficult circumstances. I'd like to have a go at this one for you. It's one by Bob Dylan from 1962, and it's from his Freewheeling album. Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if then you don't know by name. Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, 'cause it doesn't matter somehow when the roosted crows at the break of dawn. Look out your window and I'm gonna be gone. You're the reasons that I'm moving on. But don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, it's alright. Well, it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, 'cause that's a lot I've never known. Well, it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. You know, I'm on the dark side of the road. Well, I wish there was something I could do or say to help you change your mind, perhaps, and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, don't think twice, Don't think twice, it's alright. Well, it ain't no use in calling out my name like you never done before. Well, it ain't no use in calling out my name down. You know that I can't hear you no more. Well, I think if anyone on the way down the road once loved a woman, the child I've been told, gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. Don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, it's alright. But it's so long, my honey baby, you know, where I'm bound I can't tell. Goodbye is too good to work out, so I'm just gonna say fare thee well. Well, I'm not saying that you treated me unkind, but you could have done better, and I don't mind. You just kinda wasted our precious time. Don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, it's alright. The crows at the break of dawn look out your window, I'm gonna be gone. You're the reason that I'm moving on. Don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, it's alright. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you very much, Adrian. And up next we've got... I did have to think twice there. Up next we've got Colin Grantham with a monologue.
This monologue was written for a harvest supper where the theme was cowboys and Indians. It's called Beyond Belief. An old cowboy was riding in the Appalachian Hills one day, along with just his trusty horse, other people miles away. The cowboy had no time for religion, for he was an atheist. As far as he was concerned, a god did not exist. He rode along the dusty tracks, the sun shone in the sky. His skin was burning in the heat, his mouth was parched and dry. He saw a trickling mountain stream, ideal to quench his thirst, but being loyal to his horse, he looked after his needs first. The cowboy dismounted from his horse and led him to the stream. After a long thirst-quenching drink, he lay back to rest and dream. That's the cowboy, by the way, not the horse. After a long peaceful sleep, he awoke to quite a stare, for standing there in front of him was a 7-foot grizzly bear. The cowboy yelled out, "Oh my God!" a reaction to his fright, then stood back in amazement when he saw this flash of light. And then a voice from up above cried, "At last you acknowledge me, of years of saying I didn't exist and telling others I couldn't be. I expect you want me to help you now and save you from the bear. Can I count you as a believer in love and peace to share?" The cowboy said, "I'm not a hypocrite, for I still have no belief, but make the bear a Christian instead. That would be a great relief." "Oh, very well, have your own way," said the voice from up above, "but don't blame me, you had your chance of a life of peace and love." Then the bear put his paws together and knelt down on one knee. The cowboy thought he had been saved, but how wrong can he be? "For what I am about to receive," the bear began to pray. "To the Lord I am truly grateful on this hot and sunny day. Beyond belief."
Thank you very much for that. And I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who over the last 12 months has just sent me songs whenever I've asked for them, sometimes not even knowing what I was going to be doing with them. And up next we have Will Morgan.
Hello everybody. It's a great pity that we can't all be at Bromsgrove once again, but such is life. But it won't be long perhaps until we can all get together and see each other, and then let's hope we all get back to normal. God bless everybody. Here's a little song of hope. There once was an old captain who asked nothing more than to live again his voyages and walk by the seashore. He was a simple man and a good man, but the bane of his life was his ill-tempered, bad-hearted bitch of a wife. Though the jolly captain was plagued by her bile, he smoked his long pipe and he smiled upon her tenderly. He didn't like her much, but he'd loved her, despite her rough tongue, for the white-faced old nagbag had been his pretty darling once. She fell down her staircase, she fractured her neck, she lay upon the linoleum in a black apoplexy. Her baleful eyes bulged with unspeakable abuse. It seems her spleen was overproducing. So the jolly captain, he carried her to bed. Oh, close your poor eyes, he said, sleep a little peaceably. He bought her fresh butter, cool watercress, violet and peppermint to soothe her heart's bitterness. From her deathbed she said, if you marry when I die, I'll come to torment you from underneath my tombstone. Then with a howl and a scowl and a shudder and a shake, she spat out her peppermint and went to vex her maker. Unhappy captain, so sad when she died, he closed her wild eyes and he cried a bit on the Friday. But he saw no good reason for wasting away, so he married an apple-cheeked girl on the Saturday. Alas, jolly captain, you are married too soon. She'll come to torment you from underneath her tombstone. She'll hack and she'll claw her way up from the grave, hacking her way back again with furious fingernails. Oh no, said the jolly captain, she will stay in her place. She can hack, she can claw till she's black in the face. She won't come to haunt me and taunt me, I know, for I buried her face downward, she's a long way to go. She won't come to haunt me and taunt me, I know, but I buried her face downward, she's a long way to go. The sunshine. Thanks for asking me, Jeff. God bless everybody.
If there's one thing that this virtual world has allowed us to do, and that's to shrink the world and bring you artists from all over the place who wouldn't normally travel to us. And that's true with our next act. So please welcome Lee Barton.
Kia ora, o te whānau. All the way from Aotearoa, New Zealand, the other side of the world. Lee Barton here. Lee Corbett Barton to be precise. Jeff asked me to see if I could put a song together. I have to be honest, I haven't really performed for a long time. The old COVID thing sort of like knocked the stuffing out of everybody, I'm sure. My heart goes out to everybody in the UK. We've been quite fortunate in New Zealand. But other parts of the world, including obviously Europe, have struggled through various lockdowns. So my hearts go out to all of you, and if you've lost people through COVID, peace be with you all. Anyway, I'm going to try and do a song. I've never actually performed this. I've never recorded it. It's not my song. In fact, I don't write songs. I should try. But this is actually written by a New Zealand Aotearoa lady, tangata whenua, lady called Rahera Davis. And it's about Matariki. Matariki is the start of the Māori New Year, which is what we've got at the moment in New Zealand. So June, July, depending on the lunar cycles, is the start of the Māori New Year. And Jacinda Ardern, who I'm sure you all know, and the Labour government have announced this year that from 2022 all of New Zealand will experience a statutory holiday on a Friday to mark and celebrate Matariki. So Matariki is only seen at this time of year. It's early in the morning, sort of 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning, which is very dark still in New Zealand being winter. And basically it's the 9 stars, or Te Iwa o Matariki, which is the 9 stars of Matariki. Now other cultures across the world will recognise this star constellation as either the 7 Sisters or Pleiades, but Matariki, and we recognise 9 stars. So depending on which ones of the constellations shine brightest at this time of year, it is said by Māori that that will determine or indicate your subsequent year ahead, and mainly around how you do your growing, how you do your cultivation, your harvesting, how you prepare for wet or dry seasons, whether or not the fishing will be good, whether or not there will be much rain, whether or not the rivers will be high or low. So it's all about the land, okay? So it indicates the land, but also indicates remembering ancestors and what might lie ahead as far as your dreams and aspirations go. So I'm going to see if I can do this justice. I hope you like it. It is completely in Te Reo Māori, so there's no English, okay? But roughly what the translation is, the stars of Matariki, you rise, you rise, you rise, the start of the Māori New Year, and then the various stars are sung about within the song. So here we go then. Matariki, Matariki, e ara e. Te matai o te tau, te koinga whetu I te umaho. Rangi nui, e piata te mai ana, whakatata I te rangi. Te toana I te tauhou Māori e. Ka tupu anuku, ka tupu arangi, ka waiti waita. Waipuna rangi, ora rangi e. Ka tupu anuku, ka tupu arangi, ka waiti waita. Waipuna rangi, ora rangi e. Ko puta kawa e, ko hiwa I te rangi, Matariki e ara e. Te matai o te tau, te koinga whetu te amuao. Rangi nui, e piata te mai ana, whakatata I te rangi. I te tauhou Māori e. Matariki, Matariki, Matariki. Te matai o te tau, te koinga whetu I te umao. Rangi I te tauhou Māori e. Ka tupu anuku, ka tupu arangi, ka waiti waita. Waipuna rangi, ora ito mo parang inuwi Iti mayana Makata ta itirangi Ito ana ito mo niye Matariki hey ara Kia ora, ka kite no, all the way from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Peace be with you all. Love.
Well, sadly we are coming towards the end of tonight's show, but if you remember back 12 months ago when we launched that very first Bromsgrove Virtual Folk Festival Thursday night, we started with the Fragile Hearts and their song Till the Hard Times Have Gone, which was very apt then, and we welcome them back towards the end of our show tonight with an equally apt song, You Made It Through. So welcome the Fragile Hearts.
Took 1,000,000 years or more to carve this river. Dark water, moving slow, holding on for news that only you can deliver. Well, take your time, just let us know. We sent our prayers for you out across the water. Guess we knew this might be touch and go. Is there a greater gift than the love of a son or a daughter? I don't think so. Don't think so. If I had diamonds and I had gold, treasure and riches untold, I would trade them all to hear the news. You made it through. You made it through. Sometimes life will bring you joy and laughter. Sometimes there will be pain. And when the dream is just too hard to capture, oh, you start again. You start again. Now we know that this old world will just keep right on turning. The darkest night will always turn to blue, and the ones who came before you will keep on watching over you, over you. If I had diamonds and I had gold, treasure and riches untold, I would trade them all to hear the news. You made it through, you made it through. And if it takes a little time, if there's a mountain you must climb, you know our promise will stand true. We'll still be waiting here for you. If I had diamonds and I had gold, treasure and riches untold, I would trade them all to hear the news. You made it through, you made it through. Took 1,000,000 years or more to carve this river.
Thank you very much there to Steve and Helena. What a great song. And I'd just like to say a thank you to everyone who's been part of, has watched, has joined in and sent us songs on these Bromsgrove Virtual Folk Festival and Virtual Folk Club nights. It's been brilliant to do all this, but I'm now ready to get back to a pub, drink proper drinks and see real live music. And so we have one last song for you to see us off into the night. And here it is, Matt Rawlings. Take care, stay safe.
Good afternoon from a venue you'll probably recognise. Before I start, I'd just like to say a tremendous round of congratulations to Jeff Hawksworth and to Bob and other people involved in the making of these videos for the virtual folk club nights. And this one, which is the last one, I understand. Jeff asked me if I could think of a finishing song or a good night song, and I've struggled, but then this one came to me. I used to call this Sleep. It's by Dan Seals, but it's actually called Lullaby, which it is, but you can put your own interpretation about dreams, good ones or bad ones, about perhaps COVID and coming out the other side when we can all meet up and hold hands, hugs, etc. Hope you enjoy.
Sleep, lay me down, hold me closely in your arms, and I will close my eyes. Please promise me, when I wake up from my dreams, you'll be there by my side. Love, if you say you won't slip away, then I can go dreaming on forevermore. But I won't rest until I know that you'll be here in the morning by my side. Here in my reach I can see the one that I have waited for so long. Deep in my heart, I know the arms that hold me now will hold me from now on. Love, if you say you won't slip away, then I can go dreaming on forevermore. But I won't rest until I know that you'll be here in the morning by my side. I dread the dawn when I awake and find you gone. Please tell me you will stay. Then sleep will come. I know my love has found a home in your arms all my days. Love, if you say you won't slip away, then I can go dreaming on forevermore. But I won't rest until I know that you'll be here in the morning by my side. In the morning by my side.